Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and I'm falling in love with this 1975 Camaro. This is the first third generation Camaro I've ever owned. I've always stuck with first gen and second gen 70 through 73, so I was a little skeptical at first, and now I'm falling in love, man. These things are awesome. Great driving car. One of the things, I bought this car and another one out of the same guy's collection. I've got a single car hauler. We put the other car up on the trailer, and my wife actually followed me home. About a 2-hour drive in this car. She just said it drove fantastic. So, and it actually now belongs to my daughter. She's the one who's selling it. And so I love that it passes the mechanical reliability test of being good, you know, for my wife and my daughter to drive. So, automatic V8. This is the original engine, transmission, matching numbers car. Power steering, power brakes. Speedometer works. All the idiot lights come on when you turn it on. Fuel gauge works. We stopped and filled up with gas before we drove home. Drives phenomenal. I mean, perfectly straight down the road. I think this is one of the reasons why I've fallen in love with this car after driving, you know, a 67 Camaro and then hopping in here. While the look, of course, is different on the outside, the driving is different on the inside. I mean, this is just a completely different driving experience than driving, you know, my old first gen Camaro. So it just feels smoother going down the road, just everything. You know, it's quieter inside. So I've just fallen in love, like I said. Steers so easy, drives super straight. Trying to take advantage of this beautiful day. In Georgia, we've got some 65-degree weather, which is unusual for February. So the exhaust on this car is actually still original as well. You can hear the engine sounds nice and healthy, but the exhaust is rusted out. It really needs, to make the car sound to me like what a Camaro should sound like, I think it needs 2.5-inch exhaust put on it. Pop the hood here. This is an original AC car. The original AC unit is here. It's free, but it's got this little spot, this little piece that's broken on it. But it's all there. It's all connected. Power brake booster. Really good running car, and like I said, you know, with the exhaust, to me it's a little underwhelming for a Camaro. Even the little you left your keys in buttons buzzer works, which is cool. So like I said, it's an original AC car. Everything's actually still hooked up. It's not blowing cold AC. It needs to be charged, and you never know what kind of service it could need, but the nice thing is that it's all there, which is, you know, 9/10 of the battle as far as, you know, getting parts, or say 9/10 of the financial battle. So nice solid car. I'm trying to remember if we saw any rust on it at all. I don't think so, aside from the original exhaust, but we'll go looking in the video. So previous owner just had it painted last year. And this is a really pretty driver quality paint job. It's not perfect. This is not a show quality Camaro, but it's also not show quality priced. Really, really pretty. Couple of little spots when you get real close. You can see the, you know, a little spot there that they messed up on the stripes. That can be a tough spot to paint. And there was one other spot that had stuck out to me, but I gotta find it because the body on this thing is so straight. The paint looks really nice. It's got all new trim around the windows. And there's a little spot right there. Overall, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful, you know, driver quality paint job. Oh yes, this is what I was thinking, where the window is closing on it. That was a spot that had stuck out to me earlier. So, but the doors open and close nicely. There's new weather stripping in here. And this is, you know, now this one's the older weather stripping in. It's got some little bit of foam that somebody had put there. I didn't really, this was a kind of a new arrival kind of a listing that we're putting up, where instead of us trying to finish off the car, you know, I'd rather sell it to you and let you finish it off the way you want to. Now, that being said, the seats are in great shape. I like this, you know, buckskin interior. The carpet's old and faded. I would put a new carpet kit in it. It's got a center console, a little tear right there. Wouldn't be hard to, you know, fix as well. The dash is actually in great shape, and I think it could be painted or stained. I don't necessarily think it would have to be replaced, although it does curve up here, which is pretty common. And the dash caps for these are not expensive, so that is an upside. I don't believe the stereo turns on, and it's a really old radio with a tape player. So yeah, that'd be something maybe to consider. I know that the lights work and the turn signals work. Wipers are all working. I'll turn the key back on real quick. Double check wipers. And then fan. Over here, the fan switch not functioning. Oh, there we go. I lied. Just had not. Oh, there we go. It does actually function. Okay, great. So the heater is hooked up anyways, and that is functional. That's awesome. I love discovering little things like that, and I don't mean to sound ignorant about these cars, like I said, especially when it's a new arrival. So a lot of times I like doing these videos. Like I said, my wife's driven the car, and my daughter's driven the car, but for me, I haven't spent a ton of time with it, and that way when I do a video, I'm actually giving you a true kind of organic response, if you will, to, you know, finding stuff sometimes, and that's why I like doing these videos. So a couple little cracks if you're being super particular around the trunk. It's not uncommon, but I don't, you know, a little water getting there, sitting there sometimes is creating a little bit of surface rust there on top of the paint, but there's no bubbles or any signs of any real rust. Original floor mat in here with the original spare tire, and underneath, again, a couple of little crusty spots and one little small hole there. Other than that, check this side. Other than that, I remember the trunk being nice and solid. Pulling this, looks like somebody had put a long time ago put an amplifier for the stereo in it. And here is a automatic antenna for it that somebody's put back here and deleted the antenna. I always want to make sure I get the keys in my pocket before I close the door, close the trunk. Yeah. So there we go. Beautiful brand new Riddlers, staggered with brand new tires. And actually, something that's interesting too is that old security. I don't believe we have the key for it, but the old security key that Chevrolet decided to do back in the 70s. So a lot of Corvettes have those on there as well. A little cutoff switch. Looking down low, the rockers are in great shape. Floor pans. This is actually a really solid car. And aside from that little tiny spot in the trunk, I don't remember catching any rust when we did the purchase inspection on this vehicle. I mean, look at how solid it is. These are all original floor pans. That is the original exhaust. I'll show you on the other side. You can kind of see from here where the exhaust is rusted. And it's the old 2-into-1 back out to 2. No, I'm sorry, it's old 2-into-1. Yeah, just 2-into-1. So that would really wake the engine up, give it that nice airflow and that sound in our fender well. To put a 2.5-inch exhaust and a double, you know, wall fiberglass style muffler, or glass pack, I'm sorry, glass pack muffler. Ugh. So back here, a couple little spots. I'd forgotten about this. And this is pretty common, and that is the only spot here. Be really easy to cut out and fix if you wanted to. Inner fender wells here are still solid. Here's your exhaust, completely rusted off. Like I said, original. I mean, this is super old school. It's funny because I never see them like this before, and or very often in some ways. This is almost like a survivor type. I'm trying to show this real quick. Sorry, there is one little rust spot right there, but the sun is kind of getting it. So these floor pans are incredible. There's your exhaust, you know, with rust all the way through. I don't see them like that very often. But you know, the guy that I got these from, he said his first step was going to be you know, completely restore the exterior and then restore the interior and then go underneath. So I bought this in the Mustang from the same guy. He had them both painted at the same time, put brand new wheels, did all the trim, you know, made the outsides look really nice. Again, here's your rocker, and it does look like somebody jacked up on that at some point in its life, so it's a little dented, but it's not rusty. Rocker all the way down. Floor pans in awesome condition here. There's your original exhaust and all that stuff. I don't know, maybe that's a catalytic converter. I sound like a novice when I say that, but like I said, I've never had a 3rd gen, and I've only had one other Corvette. Nice clean inner fender wells. Only one other Corvette that I've ever had with that old exhaust system on it like that. Usually at this point people have switched to something like a Flowmaster to really give a more stout sound out of the engine. Well, there you have it. I don't want to go too long. 1975 Camaro. Really have fallen in love with this car. It's just got the look. Had some family in town last weekend and they were just marveling at, you know, just like, I used to have one just like that back, you know, back in high school and or when I was in college and kind of all that. So anyways, give us a call. We look forward to hearing from you. It's peachtreeclassiccars.com. My cell phone number's there on any ad. We don't post our cell phone number on the website because of the scammers, but yeah, look forward to hearing from you.